Hello. Okay, so let's talk about state of the Discord, um, because we have not had the best of days these last couple of days. Um, it started. It started with the admin meeting. We discussed that it was time for us to take a firmer grip on the server, especially now that we got a text channel. And then it came with a mistake that I made later. And then it's kind of built over the last couple of days with um, a certain decision that I made, and as well as the restructuring of the Discord to make it easier for the moderators to mod. So, um, first, let me get let's talk about Throbbing Fury because I consider him one of my best friends in the monsters and somebody that's very important to me. And I made a big mistake on Sunday night. Um, right after we had admin meeting where we had discussed empowering the mods, I was playing a game, and while I was playing a game, um, somebody had posted a nude image in general chat. Robbing Fury modded that thing out, reprimanded them verbally, didn't punish them. He just deleted the message and reprimanded the person. The person got upset and ensued uh, a kind of snowballing. I don't even know if it was an argument or debate or whatever you call it. But those of you that have seen the general chat snowball, it started a snowball going. And I came into like my game ended, and I came into the discussion late. I didn't understand what was happening. Didn't go back and look at what was happening, or I started to chime in. Thought that Fury was being obnoxious when he wasn't. He was doing the job that I had asked him to do, was trying to do, and we took it to the admin cage, and it was straightened out. I did learn that I had misunderstood the entire thing. In the process, I had undermined one of my head admin, like real scary. He's my Street Fighter Five mini. He is a real scary. Those are the head admins. I had undermined his authority, made him look like a fool by taking the side against him, and that was a big mistake. And apologize. I admitted it, and I apologized Sunday night. But um, there's no excuse for it. I take full responsibility for it. Probably Fury. I'm sorry. Like I said, I think you're very important to me on the server. Consider you very, very good friend. And again, big mistake. Sorry for that. I feel like you deserve that to be known and for it to be thrown out for anybody else that witnessed me taking the side against him. I apologize. He's a great admin. What are you supposed to do? And that brings us to the very unpopular decision that I made Monday, the following day. Nymphetamine, aka Heather, I will be calling her Heather. It's only two syllables. um, is a controversial figure. Back when we first met her, she was in World of Warcraft. I'm gonna give you guys the story, why she's got a second chance, she's doing back, and why I made the decision that I did the day after the blow up. Um, so she was my World of Warcraft mini boss right like the dead period, the few months that precede a World of Warcraft expansion when everything's dead. She was my mini boss. We were doing fun stuff in World of Warcraft. She was recruiting. She was great at it. She's a leader. Um, when she's on, she's very enthusiastic and charming and fun to be around. And she brought in a lot of new monsters. The guild that she built was awesome, but one of the people that she brought in apparently was a cesspool of negativity. And for reasons I didn't understand at the time, they split from the monsters. Her and her little group left the monsters. They left the guild. They made the guild, and there was apparently a lot of shit talk about me, my motives as a community leader, what I do with the money that we get. There was a lot of really nasty shit being talked about me behind my. And at the time, I had thought that she was the source. And we lost Celtic Warcry to that because he also succumbed to the negativity. He was a great member. I mean, I think everybody that knew Warcry loved the guy. And I found out about it because he came and blew up at me, and we had a big. And I just couldn't forgive that saying those things behind my back. So I was never able to get him back. But it turns out Heather was not the source. And Celtic Warcry did he did corroborate this. It was another guy in their group that had poisoned all of them against me and the monsters in general. She messaged me, I guess maybe 2-3 weeks ago on Facebook, and she'd asked to talk and got into voice chat, and she spoke to me privately. She gave me a very sincere apology. She told me what was going on, the fucked up things that the source of the nasty was actually doing and saying, and did it to their group as well. And she didn't ask to come back. We had a very pleasant conversation. Again, she was very sincere and contrite, and I invited her back. And I invited her back as just a member. I didn't offer her any moderator privileges. She came back. She hasn't been the most pleasant person. Like, it's kind of night and day. You get the pleasant Heather, you get the nasty Heather. She's been a little nasty. She was a lot nasty on Sunday. And then Monday, after everything, we were talking. She said that she could take the World of Warcraft Guild back. And that's something that I've always wanted. Like, I always thought that we should have had a World of Warcraft presence. And I knew what and I still know, I shouldn't say that past tense. I know what she's capable of, both destructively and constructively. But anybody that knows me has spent a lot of time with me and the monsters know that I believe in second chances. And I wanted to give her another try. And this was right after a blow up with Throbbing Fury the night before. Again, this is not to slap Throbbing Fury in the face. This is and I hate to say this because I'm like talking about her like she's not going to be watching this. She may not watch it. It's a little awkward, but I feel like there are some people that don't care unless they have some responsibility. And I felt like Heather was free and nonchalant and didn't give a fuck in the chat because she was just, Joe Schmo in the chat. I honestly feel giving her a leadership position. And I pulled, before I gave it to her, well, I guess maybe before I gave it to her, I talked to her, told her that she's got to clean it up. There are levels of courtesy and respect that I expect out of my admins who are representatives of the monsters. Every monster is a representative of the monsters, but especially people with power. And I told her that she's got to clean it up. I didn't say this, but I know that she knows it. At least I hope that she knows it. She does have a lot of faith to win back. And I really feel like giving her responsibility is a way to recapture some of the great spirit that we had with her falling out. I understand it's an unpopular decision, but I when I believe in people, I really want to give them second chances. And I didn't say this either, but I kind of hoped that she knew that she's kind of admin in a probationary sense, because she does have a lot of faith to win back the community. So that was not a slight at anybody to make her admin again. It's a sincere hope to recapture some of the greatness that we had with her before. So it was a road paved with good intentions that probably was perceived as reckless and bad, but it's not reckless at all. I do some things recklessly, but a lot of things very calculated. My deciding to give Heather another try was a calculated decision. So I hope you guys understand that. I hope you do know that I will take it seriously. The probationary sense. If she's causing trouble still, then can't say that we didn't give it another try. And I believe in her. I really think will do well. Okay, now with that stuff out of the way, now that we talk about what this video was originally supposed to be about, and that's the monsters are growing. The monsters are growing, and I've given everybody like almost complete freedom. Shit, a month from we're a month away from our second anniversary for almost 2 years now. But things have been happening lately. People taking advantage of the text chat, causing trouble in the text chat, not, and most importantly, not respecting admins and the moderators and the everyday people that ask them to stop, not taking them seriously. So we're going to be expanding the rules a little bit, and we're adding a muted role. If you backtalk an admin, you do something wrong, you get warned, and you continue to do it because you think it's funny, do it. You won't. Admin's now fully empowered. You guys have all the right in the world to put the muted role on somebody. What that does is it disables them from talking at all in Discord. They can read, but they won't be able to type anything into any channel. They shouldn't be able to do voice. I realize that I haven't tested that yet. I will get that working tonight. I'll make sure that just because they can't talk in the text means they can go be an asshole in voice. So, here, let me dig up my little cheat sheet. I made a new channel for the admins where we can keep track of who's muted. I really hope we don't have to, like, it hurts my heart that we have to admin people. Some people just can't handle freedom. They really can't. So if you're like, so-and-so, don't post that in general chat, and they're like, oh, what, like this? And they do it again, you can delete the messages. You can throw the muted role on them for like 10 seconds and then take it off as a warning in case they're really challenging your authority. Or if you think their offenses are bad enough, you can add it for however long that you think they deserve. But in this new channel, there are instructions. I want you to make note of who's muted, what they're muted for, how long you told them that they would be, and approximately what time to remove them in case you're not there, another admin. I want to keep track of this and only keep track of the active things so we can keep that channel clean. Don't anticipate it being very cluttered, but the bigger we get, the more we're going to have to keep track of. And here's the most important thing. I'm going to stay out of all of y'all's way. I'm talking to the mini bosses and the real scaries now. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to repeat Sunday's mistake again. If I said this in the admin meeting, and I've said it before. I gave you guys power because I trust you. I trust your judgment. I trust your intelligence. I trust that you're not out to hurt people. That you're out to make the monsters better through keeping toxic shit out of there. So anytime anybody gets punished, I'm not going to do anything about it. I might ask why. I might investigate a little bit, but I will not remove the mute. I will not misalign you in public. Like I said, I might ask why and, get your motivations for why you did it. But I will not interfere. The only way I will interfere is if somebody protests and feels like they were unfairly moderated. You should almost always bring one of those complaints, a copy paste of logs to prove that you were moderated unfairly. An unfair moderation, I think, primarily would be moderating somebody based on personal problems that you have with them. People should not be punished because you have a personal problem. And I mean, if they're fighting with you, if they're calling you like vicious attacks and like not playful, if they're going after you, then you've got a reason. But this guy fed in your League of Legends game, and now you want to punish. That's a personal problem. I don't think anybody that I promoted would do that. Just saying, that's an example of a unfair moderation that you could bring to another admin or to me. I even put a stipulation in the rules. You'll see right below this video. If I unfairly mod you for some reason, or I'm prone to my fits of recklessness as tested to on Sunday, you can bring it to a real scary. I have never been shy to admit I'm wrong or mistake, as again attested in this video. I'm always ready to accept responsibility for a fault, mistake. I'll apologize for it. I'll try to make it right. So if I unfairly mod you, bring it to a real scary or a mini boss, and usually they will almost always talk sense into me. So yeah, things are going to tighten up a little bit. Not much. Almost all the rules are very, again, common sensey. We like to give a lot of people a lot of freedom. Just don't take it too far. I already talked about the moderation. So this video wasn't supposed to be 20 minutes, but we had some things to get out of the way first. I hope that clarifies some of the problems that some of you had with me the last couple of days. I hope that cleans up a little bit of perceived reasons why I did things. I understand that an apology doesn't make everything right for the mistake I made on Fury, so that it may take some time for us to mend our fences there. Hopefully we can, because I love that. Anyway, if you watched the whole thing, thank you. If you didn't, ignorance is not an excuse.